Jen and I have been together for over 20 years. We've been legally married for a year and a half. When Jen was 28, we found out devastating news. She was diagnosed with a severe clotting disorder that puts her at high risk for stroke at any time. As her wife, it is I that should be by her side in this scary and vulnerable time. Sorry. Marriage is two people committed to love each other and to build a life together, sharing one another's hopes, dreams, and a lifetime together. Our marriage is woven together with love, honesty, hard work, laughter, trust, and respect.
Being a student at the University of Iowa, the topic of same-sex marriage comes up quite frequently in classroom discussions. You know, the question always comes down to, well, can gays even raise kids? And the question, you know, the conversation gets quiet for a moment, because most people don't really have an answer. And then I raise my hand and say, actually, I was raised by a gay couple. I'm doing pretty well. I scored in the 99th percentile in the ACT. I'm actually an Eagle Scout. I own and operate my own small business. If I was your son, Mr. Chairman, I believe I'd make you very proud.
We're also the proud parents of two daughters, McKinley and Brianna. We've heard the pride in their voices when they talk about their parents now being legally married. And then our hearts break as our youngest asks if we'll still be married, now that some people are fiercely trying to erase our family. She senses that there are those that do not value our family or accept that her parents are married, but she knows that we are family, one who values trust, love, and commitment.
You know, I think the point is that our family really isn't so different from any other Iowa family.
There are some things that we agree on. In 1998, there was a man named Matthew Shepard, who was a student in Wyoming. Matthew Shepard was beaten brutally and killed, and well, he was left for dead, then he died just a few days later. One of the things that I agree with you on is that Matthew Shepard should have never had to endure that. And that I agree with the prosecution in that case to punish him to the fullest extent of the law.
We can go all day long and we can talk about the emotions. We can talk about all the things that make us up, make us go up, make us go down. But the reality is these people up here, these people behind me here have entrusted you to do the right thing. And that is to let them
So what you're voting here isn't to change us. It's not to change our families, it's to change how the law views us, how the law treats us. You are voting for the first time in the history of our state to codify discrimination.
The definition of marriage in Iowa is still between one man and one woman. Some people have asked me, how has it personally affected you to have gay marriage in the state of Iowa? Mr. Chairman, I have my own personal testimony. I've had to pull my kids out of public school. I put them in private school. It cost me $11,000 a year to educate my children. There was an activist teacher who was in the classroom teaching my children that it is normal to have same-sex relations. I think that is the place for the parents. The private discussions that go on in the home regarding sexual orientation should be done by the parents. The legislature has been heard. The governor has been heard. The judges have been heard, but when will Iowans have the chance to
Not
be
really so
heard?
different from any of your children. My family really isn't so different.
And make no mistake, regardless of what happens in this legislature, or whatever the outcome is, if the people of Iowa do get to vote on this issue, marriage has already been defined thousands of years ago by our Creator.
person why you wish to hurt me so. Why you wish to hurt your sons and daughters and friends and neighbors. Please do not be the purveyors of civil injustice.
What has happened to the state of marriage, its continuing breakdown in our culture, is not the fault of one group. It's the fault of every individual, like you or me, who has ceased to hold it as a sacred union and will not fight for it, collectively or even in our own home. I'm here to ask you, our representatives, to uphold the law of nature and nature's God and Iowa's DOMA law, which is still the law of our state. But I'm also asking you to uphold our rights as Iowans and as Americans to vote on a constitutional amendment